I bought every single Super Mario Galaxy movie figure that released just today, and altogether these guys ended up costing me around $200 US. So please subscribe. First off, we have Mario, the figure that I was most excited for on the line. I know it's basic, but I don't care, Mario's awesome. The box has a really cool shiny rainbow gloss over it, depending on how you're looking at it, and features some really cool images of Mario in cool poses. It also features a similar side of the box to the original figures, which is something that I appreciate. And of course, comes with a nice yellow Luma, who we can assume will be the one following Mario throughout the film. And whilst tearing the box open, I found something that I didn't actually know, which is his name is right there on the tag. I thought that was really cool. Now, taking a look at the yellow Luma first, I mean, it's a Luma. It's not really anything huge or special, and there's no articulation since it's a Luma. Come on, have I got to explain? However, moving on to Mario, the way this figure is made is so cool. I genuinely love the look of this guy. The articulation too is completely different to the first movie's figures, very clearly being inspired by the lock-in they had when making the Sonic Movie 3 ones. He looks incredible. I love him in this cool little jump pose I made. I just did that real quick. Now, comparing him to the figure that was made for the first Super Mario Bros. Movie, it is an incredible upgrade. The face looks way more accurate to the movie model, the eyes look much more accurate, and overall, it's just a huge improvement, which is the main reason as to why I was so hyped to get this guy, because the improvement on this just speaks for itself. And speaking of upgraded figures, wait until the very end to see the Bowser Jr. with the clown car, because that one was insane. However, we now move on to Luigi, who when originally turned up at my door, somehow turned up without the blue Luma. I don't know how it happened, but it just was not there. Luckily, when going to the store to get the others, I was able to swap him out for one with the blue Luma, since I need that. But the box is, like I said before, it's got the cool rainbow glossy effect, it's got some cool poses of Luigi doing his thing, and there's also a nice little render of Yoshi and little Bowser. I like that. That's really cool. Now, firstly, the Luma. It's just like the other, considering it's happy and having a great time. Whilst I thought that it might have been the one from the first movie, you know, the one who really wanted to die, the movie shows these bros working together a lot, which is so much better than what they did for the first, meaning that this is most likely Luigi's Luma, since he's got to be able to do the cool stuff that Mario can too. However, getting Luigi out of the box, at first glance, he doesn't really look too different to the figure from the first Mario movie. There's a cool watermark for Nintendo and Jax on the back, and the articulation is super clean. He also now has neck articulation, which again is very smooth. Look at him go, listen to the click.
Listen to that click. Oh, whoops, my bad.
Now, comparing him again to the figure from the first Super Mario movie line, we actually see that there are some major upgrades, mainly things like the skin tone being more accurate, the mustache and hair being much more accurate, a lot of color changes that seem to be a big upgrade from the first. And honestly, that's not a bad thing. The first figure was a really accurate Luigi, so just making the little changes that were needed to make it that bit more accurate is really good. And now onto the first figure, Rosalina. Rosalina! She looks really good on the box, and also has a little invisible stand to make it much easier for her to be standing up, and have a cool looking float too. It has a nice shiny side of the box, just like the original figures, and a really creepy eye. I think the eye's a little bit freaky, I don't know why. Now, having to present this thing like a makeup YouTuber from 2012 with my hand behind it just to get it focused in camera, we have the star wand. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's a wand, it has a star on top. I like it, it's cool. However, now we dig into Rosalina, and the first thing I wanted to know when I saw the figure was, does she have another eye under her hair? And well, she actually does, despite how hard it was to lift up. However, when comparing it to how we reviewed Mario and Luigi, it's a little unfair since she really does not have that much articulation due to her being in a dress. The articulation she does have is really nifty though. She doesn't have articulated hands like the rest of the cast, which is fair since her hands are really small, and I think it'd look a little strange if they tried. But they had a hand for her to hold the star wand, and another hand just opening out. I don't really know what that hand's doing, but that's all we really need. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but the one eye looks really unnatural. I think it's because it's one eye, but it just looks a little bit creepy the more I look at it. However, for the first real Rosalina action figure, it's cool. I like it, and I hope that there'll be more to come.
Oh, we're here. Thanks for the ride.
And now we move on to Yoshi, with Bowser Jr. in the clown car not too far away, so make sure to stay tuned. However, he's the figure with the most accessories of the bunch. He's hitting a sick pose on the side of the box, like, whoa, Yoshi, who taught you to do that? And I love the side of these boxes. I can't get over how they still keep it like the ones from the first movie. Now, tearing into the box, we see the New York City hat that I talked about in this video. I told you guys, I told you this was a thing. I mean, it's just a hat. There's not really anything special to say about it. It's modeled well. It's a hat. And a nice little satchel. It has an X. It has the button spinning it around. You can see the zippers. It's really well detailed. It's really well made, and I'm excited to see how he's going to use it in the film. And then some shades. It's just some shades. It's like sunglasses shades. They're cool. They're nice. And if you want to look through them, well, here you go. It's sunglasses, man. Have you not seen those? But of course, whilst the accessories are really good, I didn't buy the figure for accessories. I bought the figure for the figure. The figure in question being a Yoshi figure. figure that out. Anyways, puns aside, there was a little string thing stuck to him that I had to get off. I'm sorry about that, Yoshi, but considering that he's quite a simple character, there is a lot of articulation on him. He has the finger articulation, legs, arms, everything, and even a nice fade of green from the light green on the front to the dark green on the back. And now, I think this is a problem with me, but whenever trying to put the accessories on this guy, they just would not stay. I think I'm doing it wrong because on the box, it made it look incredibly easy. However, when I tried to put the hat on backwards, it did actually kind of manage to stick, so Gangster Yoshi is real. However, I really like this figure, and whilst I knew he'd be good, I did not think he was going to be this good. Now, Wonder Bowser Jr., adapted from Super Mario Bros. Wonder for the movie. Now, this is such a thick box.
Oh my lord, this guy's huge.
It's got the same glossy rainbow effect as all the others, the same box design as all the others, but comparing it to another box that I've opened in this video, yeah, this box is way bigger. However, whilst really struggling to tower into this guy, he was a hard one to open. I could see right away that this guy is big. He is much bigger than you would think he's gonna be. He is huge. Now, first off, the paintbrush being adapted from Bowser's Fury, it looks really accurate to the game, and I think that it's really cool how they've got the peg thing so you can push it against yourself, and it is like an actual paintbrush. All the little details are done really well, all the intricate pieces. I love the little Bowser Jr. face. However, moving on to the figure itself is incredible. It's really thick and is super big. He has some translucent blue hair and eyebrows, and the whole figure has a nice glossy shine effect. However, when you compare him to the Super Mario figure we opened a little bit earlier in the video, we can see that this dude is big. Like, genuinely, I don't think the camera does it justice. He is really big. This is easily one of my favorite figures. I loved him in Mario Wonder, and now I'm happy that he's getting a big screen adaptation because we got to get this figure out of it. However, we see some hand articulation going on there. The hand, just like the other figures, you can hold and grab stuff. And overall, it's just a really well made figure. It's so cool, and I'm really happy that I have it.
Oh my god, I've got to crouch down just to put it in the camera. Jesus Christ.
And now, the big final bad boy himself, Bowser Jr. and his clown car. I didn't buy the Bowser Jr. figure itself since it's basically the exact same thing, and I'm already $200 in at this point. Now, the sad thing about this is to get it all in the camera, I had to go pretty far down, and you can see it's blurry. The footage is really blurry. I couldn't see the camera at this point, so I had no clue how it looked, but we can see box art here, Princess Peach with her parasol, Captain Toad in the observatory in the back. Gorgeous. However, wasting no time whatsoever, it's time to attempt and rip this box open. Now, this thing, it was a mission to get open. However, here's a closer look in some better quality. The clown car is huge. It's genuinely massive. Getting the clown car out of the box was a genuine challenge. I even managed to rip an arm off of the clown car in the process. I do not know why it's packed this way, but stuff like this always is. Now, the clown car on its own is really accurate to the game version. The eyes are a little thinner than the game clown car, but that doesn't bother me. It's got the cool arms, it's got the propeller on the bottom, the same simple smile and weird eyes. I love it. The inside even has some pedals and what looks to be little switches, buttons, and levers, just to add towards the clown car effect. Now, if you're a nerd loser with no friends like me, they do give you a stand so you can stand this thing up on a shelf or desk and watch it gain dust. Like I will. Now, tearing further into the box, we get to have a look at a handle which you can attach to the clown car if you'd like to make the hands punch and the propeller spin, just by pushing some triggers in. I mean, that is so cool. And now, interestingly, you'd think the paintbrush is the exact same as Wonder Bowser Jr. Well, it turns out it's not, as the paintbrush in this one is actually spongy. Comparing the two, we can see that the one on the right is Wonder Bowser Jr., the one on the left is the new Bowser Jr., and there's definitely a noticeable difference. However, we're not talking about that anymore. We need to get Bowser Jr. out of the box. This video is getting a little bit too long. We need to get him out of here. Now, getting him out, he looks really good. The mask being over his face works really well, and the eyes look much cleaner on the figure than they do in the movie. There's not really much to say in terms of articulation and stuff that I haven't said for Wonder Bowser Jr., as, you know, they're the same figure. But I mean, putting them side by side, they are the same. They just look really cool together, though. And now, don't worry, I finally managed to make him hold the paintbrush. I couldn't do it with the other figure, but I can with this one now, and he looks really good holding it. And now, in the clown car, I mean, there he is. This is just one of the coolest figure sets ever. I knew the second that I saw this, I was getting this guy 1,000,000%. However, I love all the figures, and now that the voiceover bit is done, let's get back to actual Mason, just for the end of this video.
Yeah, I've got a lot of cleaning up to do. A lot. Way too much. Okay, goodbye.